Like, I've personally had people comment on my videos and be like, I don't know if you've heard about the Sarah J Maas controversy. Let me just say here now, I don't care. Hello, hello, hello. I am a little hippie, and for this video, I am going to be doing a commentary to kind of follow up on my Throne of Glass series so that I can document each book as I read them. So this one is going to be for Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. I am currently on, I think, chapter 8 or 9 of Empire of Storms, and I am on chapter 2 of Tower of Dawn. So, doing the tandem read, and I'm following this guide. I think that it's probably the only one. I don't know, but that's what I'm following. And I'm filming this as I'm filming another video where I'm going to be talking about these two books, but this one is just dedicated to these two books because I probably won't get into the specifics of how I feel about each book in that video because that video involves so many books, because I'm literally reading like 4. And one of the things that I kind of want to talk about first, let me check the time. Yeah, one of the things I want to talk about first is Rowan and Aelin. I haven't gotten much of them in these first chapters, but what I have gotten of them just fed my soul. I absolutely love them. I absolutely love how loyal and steadfast Rowan is, and I just can't wait for their relationship to develop. But there are some things happening, and I guess a really big plot point that came up that kind of gives them, without being too spoilery, it gives them like a Romeo and Juliet kind of dynamic that happens. And I just can't wait to see how, or at least in my mind, and I just cannot wait to see how Sarah Janet works this out, because I absolutely love them. I absolutely, positively love them. And if one of them dies, my heart will literally crumble. It will literally crumble. And then I have some theories about Dorian, but I don't want to get into them because that would be a little bit spoilery. And I want to try to make this as non-spoiler as possible. So this is probably going to be a very vague video, but I want to make it nonetheless because I do want to document reading this series for the first time so that when I inevitably read it again in the future, I have somewhere to go back and kind of see how I felt about it upon first reading it versus reading it the second time. Because what I have found, my arm really hurts. Give me 1 second. Now, I'm back. What I have found is that with series, a lot of the time, and with fantasy, like most of the time when I read the series the first time, I'm just it's kind of like an exploration of the world and getting to know the characters. I don't really get into the series and really get a true feel for it until I've read it for the second time, because a lot of the time I'm listening through audio because I just don't have the time to read things physically as much as I would like to. But as an avid reader, I still want to make time for my hobbies. So I have to kind of make time, and I have to do that by listening to audiobooks. And you know, when you're listening to audiobooks, sometimes things like fly past you, and that used to kind of irritate me, but now I'm like, okay, I'll just get what I can take on the first read, and then on the second, third, and fourth, if I love the series that much, I will understand and have a better grasp of what's going on. And I really, really like the Throne of Glass series. It's my favorite Sarah J Maas series, and so I'm so excited to read this series again and again and again in my life, basically. Okay, I am on chapter 3 of Tower of Dawn, and I think I am going to enjoy this book more than Empire of Storms, which is crazy because that's not the general consensus that I've gotten from the YouTube videos I've watched by people who have Tandem read. A lot of them just don't really care for Tower of Dawn, but I'm so here for Tower of Dawn. I'm already so attached to the royal family. And Nesrin, and the way Sarah J Maas wrote so beautifully about what is supposed to be South Asian culture. Of course, it's, you know, at least that's what I think. I think Nesrin's people are like, maybe not South Asian people. Let me look before I start. Okay, so I was right, South Asia. And I just love how it was so beautifully written, the way she describes these people, the way she describes their culture. And I love reading about stuff like that. And when I read stuff like that, I just really wonder how people can complain about Sarah J Maas being a racist or whatever. Like, I've personally had people comment on my videos and be like, I don't know if you've heard about the Sarah J Maas controversy. Let me just say here now, I don't care. I don't care. Like, I should be able to read what I want to read, and that doesn't affect anybody else. Reading shouldn't be something that's political. It's a hobby, you know, and you like what you like. And even if she's not a great person, and obviously I'm a Black person, I don't know if you knew that, but I am. Like, but I don't care, because I read to escape the real world. So I'm not thinking about any of the author's real life decisions or who they are in real life. I'm thinking about their craft. I'm thinking about what they've put down on paper. That's all I'm thinking about. And I just think that she did it so tastefully, so respectfully. No, I just love Tower of Dawn. I'm loving Tower of Dawn. I'm having a good time reading Tower of Dawn. So, I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm listening to Empire of Storms. I'm listening to Empire of Storms, and I think, when was the last chapter? Let me check. It was chapter 11. Chapter 11 was crazy, and that involves like one of my favorite storylines in the book. And it's literally, I'm literally at like chapter like 15, okay, and I've gotten no sort of update about what the hell is going on with that storyline. Like, Sarah Janet, the hell? I'm wanting to hear Manon's name. And it just keeps not being Manon. And I'm like, dude, I do not care. All I care about is Manon and Asterin. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything else. Like, help. So, I've been trying to figure out what I want to do as far as Throne of Glass is concerned today, because I feel like I'm at an impasse, and I feel like one of two things can happen. I can either continue the tandem read, but just be comfortable with the fact that I'm not going to finish these books until next month or even later than that, or the other option is that I can stop tandem reading, and I can, from the point that I'm at, read each book as a standalone. I don't know. Either way, this is the end of this video. I'm gonna have a second part, and then that's when I'll go into however I decide to proceed. So I'm gonna end the video when I get home, because I'm at work on a 15-minute break right now, and that'll give me a little bit more time to try to figure out what I want to do. And this commentary is a lot longer than I like for my commentaries to be. So, and I still couldn't tell you how I want to proceed with reading Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. Honestly, I'm not a person that ever has a TBR for anything, let alone a month. But at the beginning of this month, and it's November, by the way, now. Yeah, it's November. And at the beginning of this month, I decided that, there are a few large books that I want to read, and I chose from the group of large books, and I chose Harry Potter, I chose Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn, because I, was really excited to read those things for different reasons. I was really excited to just experience the world of Harry Potter again because I love it so much, and then also to do Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, because it very much could have turned out to be a world that I loved, which may or may not be the case. I don't know, and I won't know until I read the series again at some point. But I don't know how I want to proceed. I don't know whether I want to just continue reading but cut off the tandem read, or if I want to continue the tandem read but do that in another month, in a later month. I'm not sure. That's not really a decision I can make right now. I think maybe I need some more time to think about it. And so with that being the case, I probably won't finish these 2 books this month. Maybe I'll finish one of them. Maybe I'll end up finishing the tandem read and doing both. But what I can say is that this commentary for these 2 books is going to be broken down into 2 parts. So this is part 1, and then the next one will be part 2. Because this has already run a little bit long, just going off of the thoughts that I've had previously, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have more as the story unfolds. So that's going to bring us to the end of the video. I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good evening. And most importantly, I hope you read a good book, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.